It's about time.
Johnson has no family left to attend today's ceremony. Sergeant William Shemin had 66 family members there, including both of his daughters.
Our country giving him the highest military honor, a Jew, first generation from Russia. I think he would think that he did something wonderful for this country and how grateful he is.
Of course, nobody gave either of these soldiers anything. They earned it nearly 100 years ago. David Martin, CBS News, Washington.
A nation can never do enough for its heroes like these two men. For Scott Pelley, I'm Charlie Rose. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on CBS This Morning. Good night.
Getting answers from all across Northern California. This is the CBS 13 News at 6.
Now at 6, they're not giving up. The local police department clamoring for an armored vehicle and the residents who are pushing back. Today's the day. Voters will decide on a streetcar between Sacramento and West Sacramento. Why we may not know the results for a while. Government-run health care for illegal immigrants. Why it's one step closer in California. Turn it off. Which local cities are best at saving water and who's the worst?
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Modesto. Crews were called out to battle a couple of grass fires near the airport. Firefighters have put out the flames along Church Street and Parker Road, and a fire on Mitchell Road has also been contained. It is not known how many acres of the fire burned. Crews are still mopping up at those two scenes. In other news tonight, police in the city of Davis say they want a new armored vehicle. They had one, but recently gave it away. Critics say it's a case of overreach by police, and tonight the debate in Davis is reaching a boiling point once again.
I don't think it's something the city needs or anything that money should be spent on. I think it sends the wrong message.
Good evening, I'm Sam Shane. CBS 13's Ian Schwartz is live at Davis City Hall, where determined leaders of the city's police force are poised to ask city leaders for a military armored vehicle. Ian?
Well, Sam, it's more of a traditional armored vehicle that you'd see with a police station, not so much the military ones we saw. But inside soon, the chief of police is going to ask the city council if he should look into that type of vehicle to help beef up his police force.
I do not suggest that you take this vehicle and send it out of Davis. I demand it. I demand it!
That was last fall when the city council heard an angry earful from residents about Davis PD getting this beast as part of a federal military surplus program. Some feared the vehicle could over-militarize the calm streets of Davis. Davis gave up its armored vehicle, called an MRAP, and now it's owned by Woodland PD. But the debate is not over.
One of the problems with the MRAP is it's really not adapted to the urban environment in which we find ourselves.
Mayor Pro Tem Rob Davis says after the council voted to get rid of the MRAP, it agreed to revisit the issue to see if police needed a new vehicle that can take a punch. The chief of police told the council his department is seeing more and more high-powered weapons on the street, and there is a need for a vehicle that can handle that threat. Davis doesn't think the city needs its own, but could possibly share the cost with the university.
The police, I think at this university and probably any university in the country right now, do have in the back of their minds a concern about active shooter situations.
The cost for a new armored vehicle, which would be similar to one you may have seen in a SWAT standoff on the news, could range from $100,000 to $400,000. Money some citizens think could be better spent.
I wouldn't mind having the money spent on keeping kids from running the red lights on their bikes.
Others say although they hope police never have to use it, they're okay with them bulking up their fleet.
I'd support what the police department says is the best vehicle for them.
In the city council chambers tonight, Sam, they're not going to make a decision on whether to purchase one. They'll give the chief direction, and then he will, if that does happen, start researching, looking at pricing. You know, something of interest, I did talk to a city council person who told me they already own an armored vehicle, but it is old, it's broken down, and I think at their last situation where they had to use it, it actually broke down on them, so not of much use to them.
So the debate that we thought had died down is still very much alive in Davis. Thank you very much for that, Ian. As we head to the east, voters in downtown and midtown Sacramento voting today on a tax to pay for a proposed streetcar. That line would run from West Sacramento over the Tower Bridge toward 19th Street. There are no polling places for today's vote. All ballots must be mailed by tonight. Tomorrow night, Elk Grove City Council members will discuss a sales tax increase to pay for road work. City leaders say they're facing an $8 million shortfall to pay for road projects, and they say a half-cent sales tax increase will help generate $10 million per year. There is a new twist in the case of a man accused of killing 6-year-old Jadiana Larson. Tonight, his mother is facing charges in this case as well. CBS 13's Kelly Ryan is live at the courthouse in downtown Sacramento with the very latest. Kelly?
That's right, Sam. Juan Rivera was arraigned in court today, and immediately afterward, his mother was also in the courtroom. She now faces charges of being part of a cover-up. 25-year-old Rivera stepped into the courtroom. He was handcuffed and escorted by 2 officers. The judge allowed cameras in the courtroom, but no photos of faces. Courtroom sketches show Rivera handcuffed in that orange jumpsuit. Now, when the judge read the charges against him, Rivera shook his head repeatedly. Sacramento DA's office alleges a blunt force instrument was used to kill 6-year-old Jadiana Larson. Then that new twist, Rivera's mother, also handcuffed in an orange jumpsuit, is arraigned right after her son. Prosecutors now say 46-year-old Lisa Suzanne Burton assisted in the cover-up. Jadiana's body was found in Glenn County last week after her mother's boyfriend, Rivera, reported her missing. Jadiana's mother had reportedly left the child in his care while she sought medical care.
The allegation is that the defendant, Juan Rivera, murdered 6-year-old Jadiana, and that his mother, Lisa Burton, assisted in attempting to cover up that crime.
Now, Rivera and his mother both have criminal records, his involving burglary and drug possession, hers covering prostitution, DUI, and theft.
All right, Kelly, thanks so much. Kelly Ryan live for us tonight in downtown Sacramento. 3 people accused in the murder of a missing Yuba County man appeared in court today. Monica Rodriguez is charged with killing her husband, Juan Rodriguez, and burying his body. She did not enter a plea and being held now without bail. Lorena Ruiz and Maria Vega, her friends, are charged with murder after the fact for allegedly helping bury the victim's body. They both entered not guilty pleas, and they're being held on $500,000 bail. The State Water Resources Board gave us a look today at the communities all around the state and how they're saving water. Let's go to Christina. She has more on who's doing well and who maybe isn't doing so well.
Well, the numbers are actually pretty interesting, Sam. Californians cut their water use by 13.5% in April, which is just shy of the cuts that the state required. The board has assigned each community a water use reduction target. So let's take a look at those numbers. We wanted to see what some of our local communities are doing and how much they're saving. In Sacramento, it's 23% so far, Stockton 26%, Modesto 19%. Now, Manteca at 30%, Roseville 27%, Davis at 21%, Vacaville at 24%, the El Dorado Irrigation District, which includes Placerville, at 20%. Now, also, what cities have handed out the most violations for not following the water restrictions? Well, the city of Greenfield in Monterey County has issued 3,600 warnings and only 1 penalty. Manteca has sent out a little more than 2,000 warnings at this point. Sacramento gave 1,700 warnings and handed out 191 penalties. Fresno at this point has issued about 1,400 warnings and 347 penalties. So it looks like we have some work to do all around the state.
I was going to say, once the state starts finding these local water districts, they're going to start handing out more than just warnings.
True.
That's going to be pretty clear. Thanks a lot for that, Christina. 1% of water is all the city of Ceres was able to save in the month of April. Ceres has to reach a 28% water reduction by the end of the year. Public Works says it's not sweating that 1% of water because they do not think the state's assessments are fair. The cities drastically cut water use 5 years ago, but the Water Board wants to see further reductions based on usage from the year 2013.
Started our water conservation in 2010 like we were asked to. 2007 numbers is 262 gallons per person, so it's over 50% or 50% savings between then and 2014.
Ceres Public Works does not expect to get hit with a $10,000 fine a day. It says they have saved a total of 5% so far this year, and they anticipate having water board officials in town to further help conservation efforts. And as state regulators met today to discuss how the dry conditions are affecting the state's agriculture, we asked, how much more will the drought impact that particular industry? And Days of the Drought Desk getting answers on that.
Okay, Sam, I'm telling you, the new forecast says the economic impact will grow $500 million to $2.7 billion this year. UC Davis presented the study, and the State Board of Food and Agriculture accepted the study. It also states crop, dairy, and livestock revenues could be reduced by $1.2 billion this year alone, and forecast more than 18,000 full and part-time jobs, Sam, could be lost because of the drought. So those numbers are adding up as our water numbers are going down. Back over to you.
It is big business in this state, is it not? Thank you very much, David. A group of Rockland parents now taking on their homeowners association. Allison Carolyn and Heidi Wilshire have both received warning letters about sports equipment that's left outside. HOA rules say if it's on the property, it must be in use or out of sight. Carolyn has been threatened with fines starting at $50 and going up to $200 for violations.
But I really thought that they wouldn't actually enforce it to the point of fines. I mean, who really cares if a bike is left out onto the grass?
The HOA, Whitney Oaks Community Association, was not able to get us a statement, but another neighbor told us some residents like the equipment rule because it keeps the neighborhood neat. Christina?
Sam, healthcare was a big topic at the state capitol today, and here's why. The state Senate approved a bill that would extend health coverage to children who are in the country illegally. The benefits would allow those under 19 from low-income families to qualify for Medi-Cal, regardless of their legal status. The bill also seeks federal government permission to sell private insurance to undocumented immigrants through the state's health exchange. That proposal now moves on to the Assembly. Thousands of healthcare professionals from around the state rallied at the Capitol today for better health care. They're demanding lawmakers fully fund Medi-Cal as part of the upcoming budget negotiations. Organizers say the program received big cuts in 2011, and they're hoping to restore that funding and add more.
It provides care for our children, our seniors, and our adults, and people that are disabled. So it's our moral responsibility to make sure that we get funding put back in the program to help save the program, because the program not only saves money, but it saves lives.
Now, the event was sponsored by the We Care for California Coalition. The rally included doctors, nurses, hospital leaders, and dentists. Sam?
All right, Christina, thanks a lot. We have to take a quick break. Here's what's coming up when we come back.
More FIFA turmoil. Today's bombshell announcement from the world's largest soccer organization. Not just a one-time deal. How Ray McDonald's girlfriend alleges a pattern of abuse in new documents. Setting the stage. What they're doing inside Oakland's Oracle Arena for basketball's biggest championship.
We're with Kim after Caitlyn Jenner's reveal.
Plus, an actress's on-set collapse, Channing Tatum's make-under, and who's bandaged?
ET is next.
My new summer meal's got 8 pieces of chicken, a large coleslaw, baked beans with pulled chicken, 4 biscuits, and a half-gallon of Dole Classic lemonade. You see what I'm talking about? It's still finger-licking good.
Cresco's annual sale is June 10th through June 13th, Wednesday through Saturday. Everything is on sale from knives, pots and pans to dishware and baking supplies. Don't miss out on the biggest sale of the year at California's #1 restaurant supply store. Cresco, family owned and operated for 30 years.
This is history in the making. Cortez, 23 years old, first woman in the majors.
Never miss a moment. Get live TV on the go included with AT&T Uverse TV for just $19 a month for 2 years with qualifying bundles and 1-year term.
Papa Murphy's pizzas are hot because you bake all those fresh pizza ingredients in your own oven, and you can taste the difference when it cools a little, of course. Papa Murphy's signature Hawaiian pizza, topped with Canadian bacon and pineapple. Fill your table with an almost too hot from your oven Papa Murphy's signature Hawaiian. Just $8 for a large. Fresh made, fresh baked. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
counts on Medi-Cal?
Medi-Cal is me.
Most Medi-Cal patients are children.
Medi-Cal is me.
But California chronically underfunds Medi-Cal.
Medi-Cal is me.
Many on Medi-Cal can't even find a health provider who will take them.
Medi-Cal is me.
Giving every child preventative health care helps them grow up, do better in school, and reach their dreams.
Medi-Cal is me.
Tell your legislator to fully fund Medi-Cal for kids. Take action at medicalmatters.org.
Love weather? Help us get answers by joining our Weather Watchers network.
There are disturbing new details coming out in the domestic abuse case against former 49ers player Ray McDonald. In court documents, McDonald's estranged girlfriend says the problem started soon after the couple got engaged last February. She accuses him of breaking down her bedroom door and described him as drunk. She says McDonald also cornered her and got physical while she was cradling the couple's infant son. McDonald was arrested and eventually released after posting bail. 2 days later, he was behind bars again for violating a restraining order that required him to stay away from his ex. The home of the Golden State Warriors, Oracle Arena, getting spruced up for the big championship series. Courtside seats and pole pads have brand new covers now. New signs and banners are outside. They tell fans Game 1 will be hosted inside the arena in Oakland. The Warriors tip off against the Cavaliers Thursday night. The most expensive tickets for that game, $18,000. Meanwhile, Warriors fans rejoicing. Klay Thompson has been cleared to play in Game 1 after practicing in Oakland yesterday. Doctors say that Thompson passed the NBA's concussion protocol with flying colors. He suffered the concussion after taking a knee to the head during the Western Conference Finals just last week. Let's go to Christina right now. Now, last week there was a huge election with FIFA and the presidency, and you and I were remarking on air how weird that was that the number 2 pulled himself out of the race.
Just like that.
Just gone.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing has been odd from the very get-go.
Well, and now it's gotten even more strange at this point, as Sepp Blatter has now stepped down as well. After just winning that election, he's now promised to call for fresh elections to find his successor today in his resignation speech that he gave. The 79-year-old Blatter was elected to a 5th term as FIFA president just 2 days after 7 FIFA officials were arrested in Zurich on corruption charges. Elections are expected to happen sometime between December and March, and Blatter will remain in place until his successor is elected. Amtrak CEO apologized in front of lawmakers today over last month's train crash in Philadelphia. Joseph Boardman promised safety technology that could have prevented a derailment will be put in place. The train took a curve at 106 miles per hour, where the speed limit is 50. 8 people were killed in that crash. President Obama has just signed the USA Freedom Act. It limits the government's power to search phone records, and it comes 2 days after key provisions of the Patriot Act expired. In 6 months, the NSA will transfer its records to the phone companies. Officials will then need a warrant to search them. President Obama is expected to quickly sign that bill. Sam?
Okay, thank you very much for that, Christina. A Silicon Valley pioneer in online education just launched a new tool to help level the playing field for college hopefuls. Len Ramirez shows us high schoolers can now study for the SAT for free.
For high school students looking ahead to college, stress can be spelled with just 3 letters, SAT.
I'd always heard about how scary it was and how kind of stressful it was to study up for it.
Not to mention expensive. Some students' families spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on SAT study guides, courses, and private tutors, something not everyone can afford. But now that may be a thing of the past.
So this is the page that students will see when they first come to official SAT practice on Khan Academy.
A new SAT study program just went online. It's run jointly by the Khan Academy and the College Board, which administers the Scholastic Assessment Test. The partnership promises to produce the most authentic prep course available anywhere, and it's all for free.
In the past, a student may have had to pay a lot to get access to a special test prep course, but now we've got the best resources working with the folks who make the test themselves out there for anyone.
So we're really excited that this gives students equal access to the resources that they need to be successful, because that's something that we believe in too.
Summit Rainier High School in East San Jose is one example of what SAT prep courses can do. The small charter school has built SAT practice into its curriculum, and it's one of the reasons why each of its high school seniors has been accepted into a 4-year college. Parents hope success becomes the norm.
I think these online courses are going to, really give us a level playing field for some of our students in our communities.
The online prep course can be accessed through the Khan Academy website. It's part of the College Board's major revision to the SAT. Changes to the test take effect next March. There's a pattern in the Pacific Ocean that is looking very interesting, is it not? Especially for this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, for us to get rain in June, it's not super unusual, but to source something possibly from the Gulf of Alaska and then draw up some moisture from a couple of hurricanes, that's got me a little, that has my attention. So let's go ahead and talk about how that's going to come together, Sam. Also notice this. Texas is dry for another day, except for extreme West Texas, but that is really good news. You also see, again, some green lines right down through here. All those green lines, not radar returns, just still some flooding issues throughout parts of eastern Texas on over to the lower portion of the Mississippi Valley. Heavy storms up here in the northern portion of the United States, and then all the way out here. A couple of cloud buildups at times in the north part of the state. We had a few high clouds scoot on by, but all in all, a super day for the second day of June. I mean, we could be deep into the 90s and triple digits, not even close. Upper 80s around Sacramento, 83 for Stockton, 84 this afternoon for Modesto, 72 from Pollock Pines, Placerville, low 80s, Canocti 76. A great June day. Another one we've stolen from Mother Nature. All right, let's take a look at our current conditions. Live look, and now that is rare. I-80 moving eastbound looks good. That is pretty amazing there. Going across, of course, the Sacramento River, so maybe they've done a few adjustments with the old construction there on I-80. That's a nice sight. Let's take a look at our numbers, and again, we're coming off daytime highs in the 80s here in the valley. Right now, 84 in Sacramento. Stockton currently 83, Modesto 83, Marysville 84, and 69 around South Lake Tahoe. So what Sam was talking about is this right here. This alone coming on into our area could help to stimulate, thunderstorm activity in the higher elevations. But we're also going to throw in a little moisture that we're going to tap from a couple of hurricanes that are down off of Baja. That could happen as we get toward the end of the work week into the weekend. And that means we could have some showers, maybe some thunderstorm potential in the valley as we go on to that portion of the forecast period. But for tomorrow, it'll be the north part of the state. We may see something up here. And then notice how this trough, the one we were just pointing at right here, is now setting up right on top of us and just going to kind of tighten up. And then we'll spin some storms potentially around back into the high country on Thursday. And as early as late Friday evening, some of that stuff could get down into the valley floor, a slight chance of it. And the confidence of this coming together and generating something in the valley is getting higher and higher each and every day. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll take any source of moisture. All right, temperatures tomorrow, low to mid 80s. Probably not quite as breezy, mostly sunny skies. Good looking way to get into the middle of the work week. And then on toward the north, temperatures up there looking pretty good. Mid 80s to the upper 80s. 87 for Redding as well as Red Bluff. All right, let's take a look at what's happening in the Gold Country. You guys are looking good. Daytime highs running from the 70s on into the low 80s. So probably about 81 around Auburn with a morning low at 54. Plumas County points to the northeastern corner of the state. Maybe a shower and or a thunderstorm there. Highs low to mid 70s. Okay, up toward the higher elevations, it's actually looking pretty good, nearly 70 degrees there. Overnight lows down into the 30s. And a very nice day down toward the Yosemite. Daytime high there in the valley, about 70 degrees. And then for the coast, we'll go with mostly cloudy skies. Probably not as much drizzle potential, although we'll see some of that maybe north of San Francisco. San Francisco tomorrow, it'll be downright breezy, west 20 to 30, and partly sunny skies in 61. A little breezy around Fairfield probably in the morning hours. Daytime highs there in the upper 70s. And your 7-day forecast, Sam, shows you something potentially in the valley late Friday, and then we'll go unsettled Saturday, Sunday, on into Monday. And what we are settling in on, 80s across the board, and we're a little above average by Tuesday of next week. But what I want to focus in on is getting some more rain anywhere in the state of California in June. That's just that's bonus stuff. That's icing on the cake.
We'll know more about this tomorrow, right?
You betcha.
Okay, thank you. Time for a break. Back in a moment.
Oh, calm down, calm down. We have to go.
So it has begun.
What has begun?
The awakening of the animals.
Maybe we're safe.
Imagine that this is your energy bill. Then this is what it would look like
After you turn to the experts for an efficient carrier home comfort system from Clark & Rush. Yes, save money every month. Call the smart energy people at
Clark and Rush.
I have put slow smoked peppers and garlic together for a flavor to die for. Say hello to my new Popeye Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken with a side, a biscuit, and dipping sauce for just $4.99. Smokin'.
You dreamt of a condo next to the train. Then I showed you how it shook as it came. And you saw close to and next to are not quite the same. Let a RE/MAX agent guide you. RE/MAX, dream with your eyes open.
What do Mercy General Hospital, Mercy Hospital of Folsom, Mercy San Juan Medical Center, and Methodist Hospital of Sacramento have in common? They're all part of Dignity Health. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
So I get my money today.
Absolutely. It'll just take a few minutes.
Excellent. I was thinking about going to a pawn shop, but whenever I think of pawning something, so just love you. I don't.
And you shouldn't, because with our simple loans, you get to keep what's important to you.
Like golf clubs,
Our family heirlooms.
power tools,
Pets.
my wife.
Exactly.
She's the one that told me to come here.
Good call.
Learn more at advanceamerica.net.
It was the day before the big fair opened. My guys were driving our 100-foot Ferris wheel to Oregon and discovered they needed 2 new tires. The tires were an oddball size, so they called Les Schwab.
We're on it.
They located replacements but had to go to another store. With time ticking away, they got our truck back on the road. The truck arrived at the fairgrounds at midnight, but we got that wheel up just in time. I'm Michael Davis, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Imagine that this is your energy bill, and this is what it would look like after you turn to the experts for an efficient carrier home comfort system from Clark & Rush. Yes, save money every month. Call the smart energy people at
Clark and Rush.
Get answers on the drought with the Drought Desk on the CBS 13 News.
Donations are pouring in for the American Red Cross Day of Giving. Red Cross organizations across the country are teaming up for the all-in-one Day of Giving. Red Cross, of course, responds to big disasters like floods and earthquakes and smaller emergencies like house fires. This event ends at midnight, and if you'd like to help, we have some information on our website, cbs13.com. Tonight on the CBS 13 News at 10 o'clock, shaking up your next vacation and giving back.
Pretty much anybody can get involved, families, couples.
How some people are kicking back while kicking in. Later tonight on the CBS 13 News at 10 o'clock. Also at 10, a bill designed to stop teen smoking passed its first hurdle at the state capitol today. How the bill to raise the legal smoking age will apply to vaporizers and e-cigarettes. That's new tonight on the CBS 13 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Sam Shane. For all of us here at CBS 13, thanks for joining us tonight at 6. Have a great night. We'll see you later.
Get CBS 13 News in Espanol, available on your secondary audio program and powered by Xfinity.
Find the perfect gift at the Men's Warehouse Grad's Favorite Sale. Right now, get select suits for $199.99. 30% off all shoes. Plus, buy one, get one free on even more, including clearance. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Red, white, and blue pancakes. It's patriotism on a plate. I bet Washington and Jefferson would have eaten these. And at $4.99, that's less than a Lincoln.
Red, white, and blue pancakes are back and only $4.99. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner.
Did you know that you had more TVs in your home than you thought? With Xfinity, you can stream all of your live shows, Xfinity On Demand, and your DVR, right there on all your devices.
Really? You can watch whatever you want to watch in different areas of the house.
I'm watching Modern Family in the basement.
I'm in the bedroom and I'm watching Royal Pains.
It seems like something I could use every single day.
Call 1-800-XFINITY to switch to the Xfinity X1 Double Play from Comcast for $79.99 a month for 12 months. See for yourself. Call or go online today.
It wasn't my fault. That guy was texting.
Does it matter?
It wasn't my fault. He cut me off.
Does it matter?
That jerk didn't even use his turn signal. It wasn't my fault.
Doesn't matter. Sorry, bro.
Don't be dead wrong or dead right. Survive the ride.
We're with Kim after the big Caitlyn Jenner reveal.
We have all new images and secrets from the Vanity Fair transformation.
I actually went to the shoot. That was my first time meeting Caitlyn.
Is Kim's mom, Chris, angry?
Plus, Caitlyn's candid interview talking about having suicidal thoughts and who was left in tears at the shoot.
Tell me about the process for the dress.
And new star reaction.
She looked amazing.
She's beautiful. We played golf before, but he can't play from the ladies' tee.
Then Bobby Flay gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and a big, big surprise.
Plus, Tracy Morgan's fiance, how his recovery could affect their wedding.
He's not 100%.
Also tonight,
Oh, God! Oh, my God.
Donna Mills on her Queens of Drama co-star's shocking collapse.
Plus, who's the superstar bandaged like a mummy? And Channing Tatum's make under his wild new, or should I call it old, surprise. Now, E.T. with a very different magic mind. Caitlyn Jenner's debut and Vanity Fair cover making headlines around the world and sending social media into a frenzy.
Jenner's new Twitter account set a world record with 1 million followers in less than 4.5 hours. And there was a wide range of opinions about the reveal, mostly positive, but some are taking heat tonight for their negative comments and response.
And we're also learning more about what happened inside that emotional photo session. There were tears, and there was Kim getting her first glimpse of Caitlyn, and she talked to all about it with our special correspondent, Eva Chen.
Today's big news, Caitlyn's cover. Can you talk a little bit about that? I thought it looked beautiful and empowering and amazing.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. I actually went to the shoot, and that was my first time meeting Caitlyn, and she's beautiful, and I'm so proud that she can just be her authentic self. I guess that's what life is about.
Vanity Fair released new images today of Jenner's photo shoot. It's all very glam. That is Caitlyn posing in a Porsche and lounging in a black Hervé Leger top and skirt, and Hollywood is loving it.
I think she looks amazing. I think it's a beautiful shot. I say well done and very brave.
I don't think Caitlyn has ever even realized how many lives she's going to change.
I think it's great that people are opening their minds up to, real life situations.
He's giving a voice to a lot of people who have no voice. The sky's the limit now because she's free.
I think that she is amazing and brave, and I'm so happy that that conversation is happening.
Everybody deserves to be happy.
I mean, come on, like what a joy. And it's just such an important moment for our culture, for our society.
Did you see Caitlyn Jenner on the cover of Vanity Fair?
Wow. She's beautiful.
Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn.
Wow. See, we played golf before, and my wife was like, you should ask him to play golf. And I would, but the only thing I'm not cool, he can't play from the ladies' tee. He's got to play me from the back tees, and we'll play straight up, and I'd love to play golf with him anytime.
The world is getting to know Caitlyn Jenner this morning.
In general, I think the media's reaction and the public's reaction to Caitlyn Jenner's story has been really positive. I was involved when Chaz Bono came out in 2009, and the media coverage was not as good, frankly.
But a lot of Caitlyn fans thought this Fox Business segment was disrespectful.
Bruce Jenner is now Caitlyn Jenner. What the hell is going on?
What about the outfit? Very Playboy Bunny-esque, is it not, Neil?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Rome, final days, but that's fine.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Buzz Bissinger, who wrote the Vanity Fair cover story, blasted anchor Neil Caputo.
He's an old, pasty white guy who doesn't get it, who just makes a fool out of himself. On Caitlyn Jenner's worst day, she's 100 times braver than this guy.
Buzz says it was an emotional shoot for photographer Annie Leibovitz.
As she's looking through the lens, she started tearing up. And as she told me, I felt I was seeing the rebirth, the making of Caitlyn.
And this caught our eye, Caitlyn's black off-the-shoulder gown. It was designed by Zach Posen, and turns out Uma Thurman wore a version to the Met Gala in 2013.
I was honored that Vanity Fair picked it, and it's incredible to be in a moment in this country when this can be on the cover of Vanity Fair. It's huge.
Well, we have more revelations ahead. Why did Jenner choose the name Caitlyn? And you'll hear about her darkest moments when she was still bruised. But first, we have more with Kim at the CFDA Fashion Awards. She told Eva, who is Lucky Magazine's editor-in-chief, how tough it is to be a fashionista with a growing baby bump.
It takes a lot of fashion power to wear what you're wearing pregnant.
I flew in, I think about 10 days ago to New York. Landed, did my fitting for an hour, and flew right back, all within 2 hours. So, you have to make sure, especially when your body's growing, you have to make sure that everything fits perfectly.
The changes that your body goes through every stage.
It's such a trip. But, hopefully this time I don't get preeclampsia. Hopefully this time I have a healthier pregnancy. But I'm going to just try to enjoy it.
Well, we are definitely enjoying this fashion moment right now. The CFDA Awards are where designers get major love being the trendsetters they are. Stars have been prepping all day for the event. Juliana Margulies gave us sheer sparkle and Michael Kors, a dress Carly Kloss worked on the runway. Nina Dobrev and Julia Lewis were totally twinning with similar white feathered ball gown skirts. And Empire star Taraji P. Henson turned